Constitution of the Crown Republic of Boulderov was created after the merger of the Boulderov Kingdom of Haria and the Boulderov Republic of Istanbul. The merger came as a result of growing fears of war from the Kingdom of Dar-el-Mond and Kingdom of Savadria. The two creators of the Constitution, Khan Yeo and Delta Yeo, sought to have a centralized state with equal characteristics from the two merger nations. That is why we see the Ashannu, the ceremonial head of state, and the Artigas, the elected head of the governing High Council. In Boulderov, the legislative and executive bodies of government are fused, with Parliament being a chamber for lower-level government officials to practice these duties. Government officials designated to have positions in Parliament are the politans, governors, and ministers. The primary duty of Parliament is to pass laws and treaties to keep Boulderov up to date with global geopolitical issues. A politan is a representative for a singular town or city in Boulderov. The number of votes they have corresponds to the town's population, with every 4 citizens being 1 vote. Politans are elected through general election where every citizen of Boulderov can vote. This ensures national unity. The capital city politan has 2 extra votes, while regional capital politans have 1 extra vote. Governors are leaders of individual provinces. They are elected by politans and their votes total to all the politans in their province. Vassal leaders also classify as a governor, but receive just 1 vote in Parliament. Ministers are appointed by the High Council and each have 2 votes. More on them later. In Boulderov, there are 5 ministries, each with different individual duties. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs is responsible for improving and maintaining relations with foreign nations. They review treaties, write them down, and participate in diplomatic meetings. The Ministry of Interior is responsible for resolving internal issues, managing infrastructure, relaying issues and proposing changes that citizens have suggested to the High Council and Parliament. The Ministry of Finance is responsible for ensuring the financial stability of the nation, inventing ways to earn more money, and keeping track of the spending and earnings of the nation. They report any imminent issues to the High Council and Parliament. The Ministry of the Inquisition is responsible for ensuring the safety of the nation and the well-being of its citizens. They maintain and expand the army and make sure that it's equipped in case of a military conflict. The Ministry of Culture is responsible for establishing a sustainable structure for Boulderovian law development, community engagement, and maintaining accurate historical records. Ministers are members of Parliament and are able to observe meetings and discussions of the High Council. Any citizen is able to join a ministry through the appropriate application channels set out by the minister. The High Council is a leading governing and executive body of Boulderov. Their primary duty is to govern the nation as a whole and maintain state cohesion. The High Council can propose laws to Parliament, declare war, and impeach the Artigas with a majority vote. The Artigas is the leader of the nation and head of the High Council. The duty of the Artigas is to manage the High Council, enforce law and order, and work closely with governors and mayors to ensure an efficient society. While the High Council is primarily appointed by the Artigas, only members of the High Council can run for Artigas, with the election being a general election meaning all citizens can vote. By convention, High Councillors are selected from active ministers to ensure fair social mobility in Boulderov. The High Council consists of 5 members, one of which being the Artigas. The Artigas is only to act as a tiebreaker in High Council votes, but has the power to veto any law. After the passing of the 2023 Church Judiciary Authority Act, the Pope and Holy Council, who are the leaders of the Church of Boulderism, the state religion, now have the power to create, interpret, and enforce common law. Common law are laws based on customary practices, traditions, and religious principles. The Pope and Holy Council have full authority in running Boulderov's courts and justice system, acting as judges for trials, whilst also having the power to impeach members of government if the government member is proven to be guilty of heresy. The duty of the Ashannu is to act as a constitutional monarch for Boulderov. He or she is expected to remain neutral in governmental politics and represent the nation in matters of foreign affairs. The Ashannu is responsible for maintaining public order, being a symbol of Boulderovian nationalism, and productivity. One way in which this is done is usually through holding events. In times of struggle, the Ashannu can appoint a regent to fulfill his or her duties.